Howdy, everybody. It's Kentucky Ranger. And this lovely lady here on the screen is Twinkie, too. It's Amy. I mean, April. Entity paranormal investigators.
We answer to any.
What's that?
We answer to any of it.
That's right. So, we're going to do our interview here. She's not my mom, but she's a mom. Yep.
And a grandma.
And a grandma. There you go. Alrighty, well, let's get this going here. First question off the thing here. Where was you born?
I was born in Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, cool.
I'm a Yankee rebel.
Yankee. It's about kind of what yearish? You don't have to get precise.
1970.
Okay. So you're a 70s baby.
Yeah, just made it.
Just made it.
Born in April.
So, did you grow up there or?
Yep, I stayed in Baltimore until I graduated in '89.
Oh wow!
And then my grandmother, like 2 or 3 weeks after I graduated, I was going to move to Virginia and help my grandmother out.
Uh-huh.
But my aunt had moved in with her.
Oh wow!
So when I got there with all my stuff,
uh-huh,
my cousins were moving to North Carolina and asked me to help them move.
Right.
I ain't never left.
Oh wow! So part of helping them move was you moved with them.
Yeah. Been here ever since.
So what happened when y'all got down to North Carolina? They just say, "Hey, can I stay?"
Well, we got there, and the week we were moving, Hurricane Hugo hit.
Oh no!
So we didn't have power or anything for over a week.
Mm.
And my parents had already went back to Maryland.
Uh-huh.
So it was either stay and live in Virginia or stay in North Carolina. So I just stayed here.
So you just stayed. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, what was growing up in Maryland like going to school and stuff like that?
It's completely different than what it is here in North Carolina for kids.
Uh-huh. In what way?
I was from the county part.
Uh-huh.
But it was, I don't know how you would say it. Here it's not as compacted and stuff. Because
right.
I grew up on the Chesapeake Bay.
Oh, cool.
So, and we were used to, you go out swimming, boating.
Right.
Oh, crabbing.
I was going to say, I'd say you love seafood.
I do not.
Oh, no. You live in Chesapeake Bay. What's that?
About the only thing I'll eat is shrimp.
Oh, wow.
I'm just not big on it.
Yeah, some of the exotic seafoods, I love shrimp. I love lobster. Salmon, yeah, it's one of them things. It's like, but it's just like squid and all this weird stuff. Shellfish.
No.
I do like clam chowder.
Yes.
But oysters, no, I don't want to do that.
That's just gross.
Yeah, I tried an oyster once. It was nasty. Not that it tasted bad. It just didn't really.
Slime.
Yeah, it didn't even really have a taste. It was just like, it's like.
Here's a whole new meaning to booger, though.
I was getting ready to say, I didn't want to gross you out, but it's like swallowing a big loogie. It's like, whoa. And I made the mistake of chewing it, and they're like, no, don't chew it. And I'm like, why not? And I found out, because the more you chew it, the more it expands and gets rubbery. And I'm like,
I had never made salmon patties or nothing. My mother-in-law had taught me how to make salmon patties. I just don't. My mama never made that stuff.
Right.
Salmon patties, that I can remember.
Right.
So you know how you get it in the can.
Right.
I never seen so many bones in all my life.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, are y'all sure y'all want to eat this?
Yeah.
I really don't want to pick through it.
Yeah, there's no way you can get. I mean, you try to pick the big bones out, but yeah, salmon's got all them little. I mean, they're hair fine bones.
Well, see, I like tuna fish.
Yeah, I like tuna.
Everybody thinks I'm weird because I get a can of tuna fish and I pick through the whole can of tuna. Because if I feel one crunch in my sandwich, it's in the trash. So I'll get it, even when anybody wants any, I'm still picking. They're like, "What are you doing?" There is still bones in the tuna fish can.
Yeah, that's the way I am. Like with eggs, if I crunch on an eggshell, I almost throw up. I can't. Yeah. I'm like, no, I'm done. I'm done.
Well, my son's allergic to eggs, so he can't eat.
No.
He's never been able to eat eggs.
Yeah, you said something in the stream the other day that he was going to get a flu shot, and first question they always ask you is, are you allergic to eggs? Because they use eggs to incubate the virus somehow or another.
When he was a baby, it was his first Easter. And I was making a cake to take to my mother-in-law's, and you know how you taste the batter?
Yeah.
And I let him taste the batter.
Right.
He swelled up, his ears, everything. He spent his first Easter in the ER.
Oh, no.
So, nah. And I was like, well, they said you could grow out of them. He's like, I've lived this long. Because his birthday is Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
And he'll be 20. He said, I've lived with him this long, without him this long.
Don't need him now. Yeah. Couldn't eat them then. I don't want them now. Don't want to find out.
You eat mayonnaise and cake and stuff like that. But you just, weird. I don't know. And he's kind of scared too, I think.
Yeah. Well, I would be too.
I won't blame him.
I'd definitely, if I was going to try it again, I'd have an EpiPen handy just in case. Yeah.
Or some good old Benadryl.
Yeah, Benadryl. Big handful of Benadryl.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, get back to school. Did you have a lot of friends in school, or?
Yeah, we pretty much had a lot of fun. I was always one that took up for the ones that got bullied.
Right.
But yeah, I had a whole bunch of friends. We'd play softball after school, or if I wasn't working, or we go to the pizza parlor, or
cool.
Wherever. I mean, we did bowling. Just had a good time.
Yeah, that was interesting. What I found out about Amy was that she grew up basically in a bowling alley.
Yeah, that's something I didn't even know.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that. So, speaking of when you're a kid and friends and everything, what do y'all used to do to have fun, like on the weekends and stuff? Or
skating ring. We'd go to Skateland.
Oh, Skateland? Sound like my sister. The boy, she lived in a pair of skates.
So did we.
Yeah.
It was, that was the thing back then. You go to Skateland, and then just a bunch of y'all go in there and have a good time.
I can't skate. I've tried. My ankles are too weak.
I've tried it recently. I tried it a few years ago. Oh, Lord, no.
Oh, Lordy.
I would break something.
Yeah. So what, like toys and gadgets and stuff like that? Do you remember anything? Oh,
Mom and Daddy, they have our first thing. I can't remember what company put it. It was like this high, about this long, and it had two little knobs on it. And you played tennis and hockey on the TV.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
And they still have that thing.
Oh, cool.
They still have all the little games we used to play.
Oh, you're kidding.
They got them all. But you played tennis or hockey. So my brother would sit on one side and I sit on the other, or one of my friends, and the sticks went up.
So is it like Pong, or was it like a knockoff of Pong?
I couldn't tell you. All I know is it only had two games on it, and that was tennis and hockey. When the hockey came out, you had two sticks. When you played tennis, you only had the one. But they might have been
one. Yeah, that might have been the original Pong home game.
It was weird, and then they got us the Atari.
Yeah.
That was the next one. Yeah. I love Pac-Man.
Oh yeah.
And Asteroids.
Yeah, it's the thing that the Atari system, what was it, 82 or 8600, whatever it was, the graphics were junk, but we had a ball playing it.
We thought that was the stuff.
Oh, it was, yeah. And my parents never got me one, but the lady that I used to babysit for, she had one for her kids. So I'd go over there and babysit, and I'd play on that thing all night long.
Was you really babysitting?
I don't know if I was babysitting or just a party.
But yeah, that's what Mom and Daddy had for us. They would be a party.
Uh-huh.
And then they never got nothing or anything forever. And then after I done got married and had kids, I had took the Wii to my mom and dad's for Christmas. They couldn't get Daddy off of it.
Well,
and Mom
yeah,
was
I got
like,
addicted to the Wii.
And you know, back when they first came out, they were hard to find.
Yeah.
She's like, go help me find one for your dad for Christmas.
Yeah, I got one for my niece. I tell you what, I got hooked on that thing. That Rayman game.
Yeah.
That goofy little, what was like, not Rayman, what was it called? The little rabbit. I can't remember the name of that game.
I don't know, I ain't played it forever.
Like the little insane rabbit that would run around. I can't remember the name of that game. I'll have a little picture. I'll have a little picture in the corner. I can't remember. As much as
probably tell you, but I can't.
Yeah, as much as I played that game, I can't believe I don't know why I said Rayman, but it's the little rabbit, the little insane rabbits that run around. You make them do stuff. That and the bowling, and
the dad was into bowling and he was into tennis.
Yeah, tennis was cool.
And you couldn't get him to. He was there. I mean, the kids thought it was because Grandpa was playing with him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got really hooked on that. Now the kids got Xbox and and whatever the other stuff is now. Because Cameron just got a new system the other day. The new thing that came out. It's $350 for it.
Oh wow.
And I don't know. I can't play them things. If I try to drive one of them cars, I'll wreck right into the wall. So they ruin already.
You know, the funny thing about kids nowadays is how they're getting into the retro gaming. They actually like the old 8-bit games that we used to play, and it's kind of interesting to see. Online, you can download emulators and stuff and play the old games like they were played on the old systems. It's just really cool. But
I think it's. I mean, you know how you got it when you're in the arcades and you want to move that machine sometimes. Just to,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Here. And pinball machines, you know, you got to have that hip action in to hit the.
Oh yeah.
Pinball.
Yeah. Just make sure you don't tilt. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. So growing up, what kind of like hobbies or professional hobby kind of things or that were you into?
Well, I always wrote poetry.
Poetry. Cool.
That was the extra class I had took in school.
Oh, cool.
And art. I went to trade school for the last 3 years of high school. Well, I went to high school and then the trade school half the day. And I have a commercial arts degree.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
I did the same thing. I took because I had to go an extra year of high school because we lived in Utah, moved here to Kentucky. I had missed somehow. I know I took it, but I couldn't prove it. Quarter credit in health, so I had to go a whole extra year to get a quarter credit in health. So that year, now the year before, I took industrial electricity at the adult education center that they had there at the high school. Well, the next year, because I had that one little class, and it was first quarter of the year. Well, the rest of the year, I didn't have anything to do, so I took that class like 3 times in the day. So I basically spent the rest of the day in that class.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so I got a what would you call it? Not a degree, but I guess it's a degree or something like that, industrial electricity. And but yeah, those are cool classes that they have in a lot of schools. They don't really have that here in Powell County. I don't know why, but in Montgomery County they do.
They don't have a lot of classes. Like, I mean, like we used to have in middle school, we used to have like where you go into the girls of them. You know, the boys had to take home economics too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Ain't nothing wrong
you
with
don't
that.
see a whole lot of that anymore.
Yeah,
And
I know, it's so strange.
and I would go in there, and I went into the where all the boys were in the class, and you had to use a chisel and wood, and you know
Oh,
you had to
shop
make it.
class. Yeah, shop class.
Shop class.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was called. And I was in there, and I got the highest grade out of I even beat the boys.
Oh, wow.
My mom and dad still had. I made a truck.
I was going to say the birdhouse. I think we all made a birdhouse.
And mine was a truck.
Oh,
And
cool.
mom and dad still got that, and they got my brother's
wow.
canoe. He had made a canoe.
Oh, cool.
My brother lost a lot of blood with that canoe because he put the chisel through his hand.
Oh, ouch.
So yeah, they still
Lordy.
got the canoe.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Next, religion. Are you real religious? Kind of religious? Not religious? Or
I haven't been to church for a while.
Yeah.
I was brought up Baptist.
you know? I'm Second Baptist. I was wondering if there was any Baptists out there.
Oh yeah, there's Southern Baptist and
Yeah.
Baptist. I was really it's non-denominational,
Right. Yeah.
and I went to church in the church that my mama got married in.
Oh, cool.
Mom and dad got married,
Yeah.
and the first time I was ever baptized, we had to walk down the road, down some steps. We got baptized in Chesapeake Bay.
Oh, cool.
It wasn't in the baptismal pool, it was in the Chesapeake Bay.
Is Chesapeake? That is so cool.
So, yeah, I was brought up in with the church that mom and daddy, they were married in. So,
Oh, that's
pretty
awesome.
cool.
Growing up, when you first learned how to drive a car, what kind of car was it you learned to drive in?
I always wanted a Mustang.
You wanted a Mustang. What did you learn how to drive in, though?
I can't even name that car. I don't remember what it was. A little old car.
This little car.
I was on vacation.
Oh, you learned how to drive on vacation?
Yes, I went to the mountains on vacation. This little man named Vester.
Yeah.
He went and took me to this place called the Bird Field.
The Burr Field?
Yeah, in Virginia is a little place called the Bird Field where the little
Oh,
church
Bird
is.
Field. I thought you said Burr Field. I was like, Burr.
Bird Field, they have there's a little church and they have a big old
Parking lot.
No, it was all field.
Oh, really? So you learned how to drive in a field.
In the dirt field.
In a dirt field.
Yeah. I guess it was softer. But he was teaching me how to drive a stick shift.
Yeah.
And then I'd forgot how to drive one a long time. And then after I got married, we had a little Geostorm.
A Geostorm.
And Michael's like, go take the movies back. And I'm like, it's stick shift.
Yeah.
He's like, you be all right. Just don't grind the gears.
Oh, Lord.
You know, when you got a man or somebody in the car with you while you try to learn and they're
Yeah. Yeah.
you gonna mess up. I went by myself, did not stall it, I did a good job.
Cool.
So
What year was your Geostorm?
knew you was gonna ask me. I don't remember, I honestly don't.
Like late 80s or early 90s?
I think it was in the mid 80s.
Mid 80s?
No,
Okay.
No, it was the mid 90s.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to remember when they discontinued the Geos. They were interesting little cars.
Because we got it right before Cameron was born, and he was in 98, so.
Well. So what was your favorite car? Or is your favorite car?
Well, my favorite car I had was my Oldsmobile Cup.
Oldsmobile Cutlass.
Yeah.
What year? Come on now. These are the hard-hitting questions here now.
I can't. Look. I get it, but I know how to change oil.
Like maybe in like 70-ish or.
It was in the
80-ish.
I think in the 80s.
80 something Cutlass. Yeah. They're a cool looking car.
I just bought it. I traded in my Mustang I had.
Yeah.
And got my Oldsmobile because I just had Kayla. She was born in 91.
Uh-huh.
And I needed something bigger.
Right.
And it wasn't long after I had it, a deer met up with it.
Oh, Lord.
A new paint job, everything. I only had to paint the car like 2 weeks.
Oh.
And the deer had hit in 4 spots, and my car went like this down the side.
Oh, Lord. I'll
the
bet.
deer, the cop, because I called the police.
Yeah.
And he said, "Do you want this deer?" I said, "No, it done caused me enough."
Yeah, Lord have mercy. No, I don't want it. You can have it.
Yeah. Don't want it.
Oh, that's funny. So, next question is, what do you think the differences are between now and back then when you were younger? And do you think that, what things do you think might be better now than they were then, or things that were better then that aren't now?
I think the way kids are raised.
Oh, definitely.
Better way back when.
Yeah.
Because Daddy just had to look at me and he put the fear of God in me.
Exactly. Well, when we were kids, of course, now I'm older than you, but still, we were kind of in the same generation there. Is not only did we respect our parents, we respected other adults. And all they had to do was say something and we'd step in line.
Exactly.
Nowadays, kids, they don't care. Not only don't they care about their parents, they don't care when they're out in public.
No, they don't. And the way they dress anymore.
Oh, Lordy.
I'm sorry, those ones that wear their breeches clean down their butt cheeks.
Yeah,
I want to run up behind them and just jerk their breeches up.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't understand the parents that allow that, because I had a daughter, but if I had a son, he'd have never went to school like that.
Yeah. See, my son, he's more of he's the country boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He got to have his Wrangler jeans, boots, and hat, and all, and worm dirt.
Worm dirt. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's some good kids out today, but it just seems like I don't necessarily want to blame it on the social media and the internet.
It's the parents.
Yeah, because it's like, I keep saying this. It's like they want to be their best friend. They want to be their buddy. They don't want to be a parent. You have to be a parent. You can be their friend later, like when they're 30.
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Yeah. Of course, now with the way the government is involved in our lives,
that's why it's the way.
Yeah, you spank your child, you end up in jail. But
all my kids are bigger than me now, so I probably had a pretty rough time.
Yeah.
Because my baby's 18.
Well, I don't know. I'm 55. If my mom got mad and said, "Come here, son, I'm going to have to spank you," I'd be like, "Okay, Mom, I'm sorry."
Well, what's that old saying? They said, "I don't care how old you are, I'll still bust your hind."
Oh, yeah. You never get too big for me to whoop.
Yep.
But, yeah, I don't know, it just seems like it was a whole different time back then than it is now. And I really kind of feel sorry for kids nowadays because of social media and stuff like that. Because they're subjected and exposed to things they really shouldn't be. And that's another thing we're talking about parenting, is their parents just let them run loose on the internet, and whatever they want to do, that's what they do. And
it's like the parents don't have time for their kids anymore.
Yeah, it's a real shame. I don't understand.
Yeah, because like I went to the grocery store the other day. Remember the purple grape? I mean, this is what my grandpa had in his. It was the purple grapes that had the vines all over the backyard. They call them grape jammers. Is what Grandpa called them.
Wow.
But I found they sell them in the grocery store now, and it's got that taste like when I pulled them off of my grandpa's vine.
Wow.
And I went and told my kids, I said, "Y'all need to taste these.
Yeah.
They don't taste like grapes.
Right.
Regular grapes in the store."
Right.
And they were like, when they tasted them, and I was like, "Y'all don't know what you're missing."
Yeah.
It brought back memories so much.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, place I used to live, used to walk out in the fields and wild blueberries and raspberries. You'd pick them and eat them. Oh, nothing like the store stuff.
Well, that's like I make blackberry jelly homemade.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They tear that stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't keep it. I think I made 12 pints of it and it got gone.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, me and Mom, we had went up to the cemetery. My family in Virginia has about 5 or 6 cemeteries. Cemeteries. And we went up to my grandmother's and my all the way down, and it's like 3 miles down the mountain. Me and Mom picked blackberries coming off. She's on one side and I was on the other, and we had Casey driving.
Yeah.
And we picked blackberries, and then she says, "You're taking them all home," so that was a good thing.
Yeah, I remember we had a couple of raspberry bushes out in the field. Oh, I love raspberries and blackberries and blueberries. Yeah. But it's so cool because you go out hiking, and if you needed a snack, you know, I don't, and that's another thing, kids, I don't know if they could probably walk right by a blueberry or raspberry bush, wouldn't even know, they'd starve to death. They wouldn't even know there's food right there.
In Maryland, we didn't see those. You know, Grandpa had the grapevines, but that was about it. But raspberry, I didn't really see them until I went on vacation.
Well,
and then
here in Kentucky, they're all over. They grow wild out here.
Yeah. Well, they're here. Yeah, they're here too. And poke and make poke growing everywhere. Make fried poke.
Oh,
everybody said poke salad. I was like, no, fried poke.
Yeah. But you gotta be careful. Yeah, you gotta be careful preparing that stuff because if you don't know what you're doing, it's poisonous, and it'll. I don't think it'll kill you, but it'll make you sick enough you wish you was dead. It's a weed. It's a nuisance.
Yeah, but it's good though when you fry some of it up.
Yeah. If you know how to do it right. I've had it before, but I think the reason I don't like it so much is this place that I used to rent. The guy that lived there or owned the place. He had that planted all over the place because he was a dove hunter, and apparently it attracts doves. I didn't know that. And he got mad at me because I was out mowing the lawn when I first moved in, and I was knocking that stuff down. He come out, he said, whoa, buddy, what are you doing? And I says, I'm clearing this out. No, don't do that. You'll drive the doves away. I'm like, doves? What are you talking about?
Oh, my Lord.
I'm like, okay, I guess I just learned something. But yeah, poke, like I said, if you don't know what you're doing, it'll make you sicker than a dog.
Yeah.
So what was your first job that you ever had?
My very first job was working at a restaurant that was on the boat dock.
Oh, cool. It was like a seafood restaurant? Or?
Yep. Seafood. I started out as a dishwasher.
Well.
And then I would take and clear off the tables. But when they got really busy, I was a waitress.
Well, so you can wash dishes later. You get in here and take some orders.
Yeah. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
That was my first main job, and then I went from there to a grocery store.
Oh, cool. What was you, like a bagger or check?
No, I was a cashier.
Cashier.
Yeah, I liked that job pretty good. Had some really good people. Met a lot of nice people.
Well,
that would come in there.
What was the name of the store?
Value Food.
Value Food must be a local.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't recognize.
Yeah, it was called Value Food, and we had competitions. Well, we had the old, the prices was a sticker on the on the thing, and we'd have to key it in. Now you just scan it.
I remember when I was a kid, the cashiers, the cash registers, they had to enter manually each price. Their fingers would fly on that keyboard.
Well, that's what I had to do. That's what I worked on.
Yeah. these newfangled scanners and stuff. Why they ain't newfangled? I guess they've been around for a while.
Yeah, but still, half the time they get stuff wrong. They're leaving everything up to digital stuff now.
Yeah, I've had that problem before. Oh, excuse me. That's why when they're checking it out, I'm looking at the screen to make sure. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
That's what I do.
That pound of hamburger wasn't $15. It was $8. Let's do something here.
And then the price of food nowadays is ridiculous.
Oh, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. So,
well, no, a gallon of milk here in North Carolina is $1.99.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can remember when it used to be like $1.25 or.
Well, seeing it here in Kentucky, I think it's over $2. It's $2.40 or something like that.
It's $1.99 here, and I mean, there's a lot of difference in foods when I grew up, because down here they got burgers that's called all the way.
Well.
Okay, and in Baltimore, it's lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and pickle. And then down here, because I thought it was the same thing, so I ordered that one, and I got, ugh.
Coleslaw.
It's salt, chili, mustard, ketchup, and onions. And I'm like,
first time I had one like that, I was like, what in God's name is this? What, do you just
I
throw everything?
Salad, I'd order it on the side.
Yeah, like the Jolly Green Giant threw up on my hamburger.
Sloppy?
Yeah.
It seems the Wendy's down here, they carry that.
Oh, you're kidding?
The Wendy's down here they call it the Carolina Classic.
Oh, wow.
It's classic, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not bad. It's another thing is slaw dogs. That's a big thing here in Kentucky.
And here too.
Yeah, coleslaw and chili. It's like.
No, if I want a salad, I'll usually get
I ordered a chili dog over here at this little local place here in town, and first time I thought, well, I'm gonna get me a chili dog. So I got 2 or 3 of them. I brought them home and I opened it up. There's coleslaw. I'm like, what's the coleslaw doing on my chili dog? It was okay, but yeah, I learned real fast that you have to make sure you say, I want a chili dog, no slaw.
See, I like kraut and mustard on a
Oh yeah, I love kraut dogs.
That's awesome. And my kids even eat it. A lot of kids won't eat sauerkraut.
Well, yeah, I back when I was a kid, I love sauerkraut.
Yeah, Mama cans it. That's the best.
Oh, cool.
But see, down here, like too, I want to get Twinkie to taste it. It's down here. It's called liver mush.
Oh yeah.
And they don't sell it. They didn't sell it because I was going to get it in Colorado and have everybody try it, and I could not find it.
I guess the closest you get is like liverwurst or something, because that's kind of.
But see, in Maryland they call it scrapple.
Scrapple, yeah.
And here they call it liver mush. Or liver pudding. One of them's grainier than the other.
Yeah.
The liver pudding just does not sound appetizing.
Yeah, it's not as, yeah.
Well, the liver part, basically, out of all of it, doesn't sound good. But
oh, I love liver.
I ain't got her to try it yet, though.
Yeah, I like chicken gizzards and.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, and livers, beef liver.
I'm a picky eater. I only eat one kind of piece of chicken, and that's chicken breast.
Well,
I won't eat the legs, the thighs, or nothing like that. Mama said she always wondered why, when I was little, I'd always be the last one at the table. She always wondered why when she made fried chicken or something,
right,
that I was the last one at the table. And she said then when she'd go to sweep up the kitchen, you'd always find chicken legs up in the top of the broom closet.
See, now, I was weird like that when I was a kid. I'd only eat chicken breast. I didn't like nothing to do other than to white meat. Now, I love the drumsticks and thighs and stuff like that, and I'm not so much big on the chicken breast anymore.
See, that's like my kids. I guess they follow them off and said they only want chicken breast.
Yeah.
But Michael gets lucky. He gets the thighs and the legs.
Oh yeah, there's so much more flavor to it. And chickens nowadays taste weird. It's something. It must be the hormones that they give them or something. They don't taste the same.
Well, see, my big thing was when Mama would make fried chicken. I mean, she could cook. Mama was a great, awesome cook.
Yeah.
It's just the thing when you bite into that chicken leg and you see the little veins and all that stuff in it, that just burned my stomach. And I would not eat it. I take one bite of it and the rest it'd go in the broom closet.
You got to munch it till you get to the tendon and you don't go no further.
I just couldn't do it.
So, what other jobs do you have? What job did you have? Because I know you're disabled now.
Well, I'm trying to get on my disability. I've been a forklift driver for 18 years.
That's right, forklift driver. Yeah.
Yeah, stand up forklift, sit down forklift, squeeze truck, you name it, I can drive.
Oh, them squeeze trucks are cool.
Yeah, just don't squeeze too hard.
And yeah, those
I've
in
seen people do
the
that.
yeah, those in the what do they call them? The
Cherry picker.
slip sheets. You ever do a slip sheet machine?
Yeah, where it grabs a piece of the stuff and pulls the whole piece. I've done all that good stuff too.
Yeah, that's the thinnest pallet I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's where they're taking them off of wooden pallets.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the biggest thing that I loved, and it was just as I was getting out of the freight part of trucking, was Chet pallets, those blue pallets.
Yeah. Because
they regulate, this is the way it's going to be, and the suppliers and the consignees have the agreement that's the way the pallet, that's the way it gets delivered, and you can't make the driver break it down. You know, you got to have it so many ties, so many high, and all that stuff. They eliminated that. I don't know if they still have that though.
I haven't seen them. There was a couple of them where the last place I worked, they had a couple of them there. But I really didn't mess with those. But yeah, that's what I was doing. I was pulling orders and then stacking them up and loading them on the trucks. I love driving a forklift. Yeah. I don't like being confined to one area.
Right.
Because I used to be a line keeper.
Well,
I had 8 to 10 girls working under me.
Yeah.
And I used to do what they did. And it was like a little assembly line. And, you had to be there to put that part in there.
Right, yeah.
Because everything was manual.
Right.
And they had come up to me and asked me would I be interested. They wanted to start another shift. And asked me would I be interested in being the line keeper.
Well. I was
like, you know it? Because when you're there, you always have to ask somebody, can you watch this while I go to the bathroom or this, that, and the other? And then when they offered me the forklift driving job, I jumped on it.
Oh, I bet. It's funny.
You're not confined.
Yeah, one of the companies I worked for, they made me take forklift training because there was a couple of supply points where there was a warehouse and I was the only one there and I had to offload and load. It was an LTL company.
Yeah.
Not a lot of respect for forklift drivers because them things scare me, especially when you're trying to offload and load heavy stuff.
Yeah.
Balance is, oh man. I felt like any second that forklift was going to tip one way or another or flip over. I'm like, I don't like this.
Now, there was a girl where I used to work. I used to work at a place called Mac Molding. And they did mold injection.
Oh, cool.
Okay, I was the one that drove the forklift and mixed their material, the plastic and the pellets and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm the one that had to mix those, weigh them out, put the right compounds in them.
Right.
Then get like their boxes and all that good stuff. And there was a girl one time, she ran off the docks.
Ah.
She survived. Then she's passed away now, but she had jumped off of a forklift too fast and ran over her foot.
Oh, Lordy. Yeah, I've seen a few forklift accidents in my day driving a truck, and it's not pretty. Yeah.
But I like working there too. But somebody had took a pallet of parts and put it in a rack 3 high. and some of the floor was wooden, and I guess it had vibrated, and it just happened to vibrate enough when I was right underneath of it because I drove a stand up.
Yeah.
And a part had fell out and hit me in my head and the back and my neck and knocked me off the forklift.
Oh lordy.
I've had neck and back trouble ever since, and I have headaches every day.
Oh man.
But then that was my first accident, and they was like, Will, your job's here when you come back. You come back, and then after a while, then they didn't even call and tell me. They sent me a letter telling me they were letting me go.
Wow.
I had been there 7 years.
Yeah, that what is it? FMLA? They give you how long? I can't remember because when I got hurt, they held my job for. They had to by law.
Yeah.
For I can't remember. It wasn't 8 months. What was it? 8 weeks? Something like that.
We had it, but I can't remember. And then I finally had to get a lawyer because I was out of work for 4 years.
Oh lordy.
And then my lawyer he wanted me to go ahead and put my disability in, but I was hard-headed.
Well, yeah.
And I went and worked at a couple other factories, and then I went to this last one I worked at, and I was there for 4 years.
Wow.
And started having trouble again, so I haven't been able to work since. I miss it.
Oh, I miss driving a truck. I really miss it. But when I blew my back out, there was absolutely no way I could do anything, and it took me 4.5 years to get Social Security. And the only thing that saved me and my family was I had long-term disability insurance, and it just barely covered the bills till.
Well, see, that's I didn't understand. I had long-term disability where I worked, and they have their little insurance companies that deal with that.
Right.
And the doctor had wrote a statement on there that said I might be able to go back to work.
Oops.
And just by them writing that, they stopped my check cold turkey.
Oh, wow.
I still haven't been able to go back to work. February will be 4 years.
I tell you what, the disability company that I was, insurance company that they had was Liberty Mutual, and they're some of the scummiest, scumbags. Anybody watching it, if you're an adjuster for Liberty Mutual, shame on you.
My friend just got a big settlement from Liberty Mutual. She had to get a lawyer, and they lost.
Oh, it was horrible.
I'm thinking about, I don't know how many years it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about going and checking out that lawyer and see if there's something I could do for where they stop cold turkey on my case.
You should. You really should. Cause
is it 7 years?
Something like that. I had to consult a lawyer because they cut me off too. The doctor, the surgeon that did my first back surgery, after a couple of months, I can't remember how long it was, he deemed me, what they call it, MMI, maximum medical improvement. That doesn't mean I'm able to go back to work. It just means I'm as good as it's going to get. And as soon as he did that, Liberty Mutual cut me off.
Well, see, she said I might be able to work, and they cut me off.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And took me to a little over 2 years. They finally settled. In fact, it got so silly and stupid that went before the labor judge, or whatever they call it, for the disability. Mm-hmm. And he looked at the case and everything. Yeah, the arbitrator, whatever they call it. But and he looked at the lawyer for Liberty Mutual. He said, "What in God's name are we even doing here?" He says, "All I want out of you guys is you need to settle with him, and you need to do it now." He says, "Because if this goes to court, I'm not going to be real nice to you." And he's like, "I'm just their lawyer. I don't know."
My friend that she won her case the other day, they've got to pay her till she's 65.
She's 60. Yeah.
Till she's 65 years old, they have to keep paying her.
Well,
And they've got the money she was out of work. She was out for over two years.
wow.
And she had massive strokes.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
I think what it is, that's the thing with Liberty Mutual is what they were looking for you to do is either go back to work because you get tired of faking it or die. They just, whether you commit suicide or whatever you do, as long as it's none of their problem anymore, you're a liability to them. And even today, all these years later, when my doctor prescribes me medication, it's always a hassle. It's always a big hassle. I have to call them and I have to demand that they send it. And then as soon as that happens, then it's like, oh yeah, Mr. Reeves, we'll get that right out to you. I'm like, why didn't you just send it to me? The doctor prescribed it. You know, what's the big deal?
It's a money racket is all it is.
Oh, it's horrible. And here in the state of Kentucky, the way the laws work and everything, it's all cut and dried. And there's nothing, you can't really do anything. It's a set amount, and that's all you get. Don't ask for any more. There's no pain and suffering. There's nothing. And I don't know, it's ridiculous. But anyhow, we're going to talk all evening about that. But yeah, Liberty Mutual, every time I see a TV commercial, I
Take your head.
Well, a couple of birds start flying around the room.
I hear you.
Especially this new commercial. It's like, Liberty, Liberty, Liberty. I'm like, no, get out of my head. Stop it. Let's see. Have you or your family ever served in the military?
My uncle and my grandfather have.
Cool.
My grandfather, one was in the Navy and one was in the Army.
Oh, cool.
And then Casey, my daughter, she was in JROTC for 3 years for the Marine Corps.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was in a JROTC. I can't talk. JROTC. I was Navy JROTC.
Bless you.
Yeah, you can hear Carla back here. Our allergies are killing us. So, what era did they serve? Like World War II or Vietnam or Korea or?
Grandpa was in World War II, and my uncle was in Vietnam.
Oh, cool. Well, I shouldn't say cool. I mean, it was what it was.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's awesome. Well, appreciate their service.
Thank you.
And
I'll let it know.
So, let's see. What else do we... Oh, bucket list. Do you have any kind of a bucket list? Things that you have done, things you checked off, things you want to do, or...
I'd love to have my Twinkie here all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just like my sister I never had.
Well, either she's going to have to move to Carolina or you're going to have to move to Texas. Something's going to have to give here.
Yeah, something's going to give. See, she's got family here already, so she just needs to come on over here.
There you go.
Yeah, because her uncle that's down there in Texas now visiting, he lives in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Well.
So, yeah, she needs to.
Yeah, she needs to clear out of there.
Yeah, and then we got to get Georgie here, too. But just to travel, you know, because like when I do the spirit box, you know, I just want to help people.
Oh yeah.
You know, give them some kind of closure if they don't have it. You know.
Speaking of your spirit box, how did you get into that? Are you consider yourself a sensitive or?
Yeah, an empath.
Empath, right? Yeah, I've heard you talk about your empathic.
I've always been interested in stuff like that. My dad has had a lot of premonitions. You know, he'll dream about stuff.
Well.
And I have a cousin that my mom said my dad had woken her up. He was having a nightmare, and he sat up and hollered, and he had told my mom that he couldn't see the person's face, but he could see the person was shot 3 times in the chest.
Oh Lord.
And he could see the man grab his chest. That morning when we got up, Mama had made breakfast, and we had just sat down and the phone rang.
Yeah.
My cousin Lacey was at a bar gambling,
Oh no.
and he was walking to his car, and he got shot 3 times in his chest.
Oh Lord.
So my dad has dreams like that. My mother, she's I think she's an empath too. But
Well.
if you don't dig into more about being it, some people say no, I can't do that or whatever. But
Yeah.
everybody has a special gift.
Yeah, definitely.
I've always been interested in it. To watch a scary movie though, I ain't crazy. I'll hunt a ghost any day or a spirit.
All the times I watch your streams. The one time that little robot came to life by itself, and I was editing or something, and I got up and missed it. I came back, and you're like, Ranger, you missed it, and I'm like, what? The robot, it moved. I'm like, what?
You threw me for a loop. Because I wasn't expecting it, and I was talking and reading the thing, and then all of a sudden it moved. I about jumped out of the seat.
I'll bet.
But I wasn't scared. I was just, it was exciting.
Right.
And then me have a loss for words, that was weird.
So speaking of your live streams with your spirit box, what got you interested in YouTube?
My husband.
Your husband?
I never had, he showed me 1 or 2 things on, whenever that he'd started watching, and he knew I was kind of into that stuff, and he pulled up Omar and a few other ones, and I just got into watching them.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I want to try
I didn't know there was anything out there.
Right.
That, like what I wanted to do, so I was like, I could put this to use, and then I met Twinkie.
There you
and been
go.
going nonstop ever since.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Well, this has been awesome. We'll have to wrap this up because I'm starting to lose my voice here. On a parting note, do you have anything, advice or anything to the younger kids today? What they could do?
Hold your head up high. For them to hold their head up high and never give up. George's favorite saying, never give up. Be good to everybody. Respect your elders.
Don't be a bully, and don't let bullies get to you.
Exactly. And, make good memories that are going to last.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay out of trouble.
Exactly.
But just love everybody.
And work hard and finish school, even though you think it's stupid.
Yeah. Because you're going to need it one day.
You are definitely going to need it one day. And I watched my sister suffer because she dropped out of high school because she thought she was going to, do her thing. She got her a summer job, and they kept telling her that she can't work full time during the school year, so she dropped out of school. And then she struggled years later to get her GED, and she got it. I was awful proud of her. But it took almost a year of her studying to get it.
It's harder to get it later on than it is.
Oh, GED is so hard. I helped tutor her with math and stuff. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. I miss school
sometimes.
Yeah, certain things about school I miss.
And the thing with cursive writing has drove me back. I had to teach my kids. All 3 of my kids know how to write their name in cursive because school didn't teach that.
They don't teach that anymore. What's that all about?
I think it's ridiculous.
It is. It's crazy.
Oh, when we were in school, it's like, you can print this, but then they told you when it had to be in cursive, you had to write it in cursive. That was a thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and I also remember many classes, you had to hand write whatever the assignment was, and if you couldn't use a typewriter, it had to be handwritten. And like you said,
is on a computer.
Yeah, it's like
here in the state of North Carolina, the kids that are in high school, and middle school, the parents have to pay $50 a year for them to use a computer.
Oh, ain't that ridiculous? Well, that's like our daughter, when she was going to school, it was mandatory that she had a social media account through the school. The problem is, the school wasn't really keeping an eye on it like they should have, and she started getting bullied.
Yeah.
And we had to go and have a little meeting with the principal and say, listen, if y'all don't do something about this, she's off of here. And if you try to dox her grade and fail her, you'll be talking to our lawyer, because this is ridiculous. If you're going to have this and this has to be mandatory, you all better be policing this.
Yeah. Well, see, back then, they didn't call it a little meeting with them. It was called a little word of prayer.
Yeah, a little word of prayer. There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, my mom had a few of those. My dad once, and that was enough. So
yeah.
he didn't go too much. But my mom, my mom's got a way about her. You watch Mondays with Mom, you can see she's got a real. She knows how to wrangle words.
Yeah.
She's a word wrangler.
There you go.
And she can make you feel so miserable, and smile and God bless you, honey. And you just want to crawl under a rock.
When they say God bless you, honey.
Yeah.
God bless you, honey.
But yeah, I guess generations. We had our problems back in the day, and I guess kids have their problems nowadays. It's different, but it's kind of the same. But it's still the social media thing.
Peer pressure has got so bad too.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah.
And that goes back to the parents just allowing them to have free reign on the internet.
Exactly.
I'm really losing my voice here. But anyhow, I really appreciate this. This kind of went a little longer but hey, that's okay. It's really been interesting. We almost ate up an hour here, so.
It's all good.
What's that?
It's all good.
It is, definitely. But yeah, I appreciate you taking your time out. I know you've been real busy today, and I was getting worried about you because it was getting close to the time and I hadn't heard from you.
I kind of overslept.
Yes, I called Twinkie there and I said, hey, do you think you can get it?
Yeah, I took it. When I got up, I got my phone and she said, Kentucky's trying to get a hold of you. And then right when I was texting you,
Twinkie.
There's Carla.
Hey, lady.
I'm in my PJs.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
There you go. I did
Just a lazy Friday. Yeah.
Happy Friday, TGIF, all day long.
Lord have mercy.
You know it.
April or Amy? Amy. April.
April.
I'll answer to either.
Hey, I'm a blonde. What can I say?
If it's money or good food, you can call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner.
That's what Georgie asks me all the time. He's like, Auntie, you're always cooking. What are you cooking? I'm hungry.
I'm cooking food.
Can't wait till 2019. Had to think there.
Yeah.
Me
This coming
too.
July. Yeah, this coming July, definitely. Yeah, let's plug that too.
Maybe I'll be a little skinnier, y'all.
Lord
Me
have mercy.
too. I hope. I am.
Yeah, we're having a big fam meetup down in Pigeon Forge. July, what's
8th through the 11th.
8th through the 11th down Pigeon Forge. So
Everybody is welcome.
in fact, I think you all have a link or something to the
Yeah, we have a Facebook page.
You ought to
Facebook page. Definitely,
put that up.
y'all look down in the description of the video here and you'll see the contact information.
Can't wait to meet
You-
everybody.
What was it? You or Amy said the other day you have over 100 people that's already committed to come?
Yeah, we have 100.
Wow.
There's
Oh, man, it's gonna
107
be
people that have
fun.
already signed up
107. Wow.
that have
Oh,
said that they
cow.
possibly are going. So.
Right.
That'll
Hey,
be fun. I can't wait.
even if just half of them shows up, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, we want to try to do, because we only had 14 last year go or
Right.
May go,
Right.
so we're wanting to try to triple it.
Right.
I mean, it's already tripled. We just want to double it every year.
Right. Oh, that'd be cool.
So
'Cause I don't know if it would get huge, because if it gets huge, the personal part kind of gets
Exactly.
diminished. But yeah, if 100 people show up, that would be awesome. That would really be cool. Me and Carla's going to be there, so.
a lot of
You
crazy
betcha.
people in one room. Lord have mercy. Help us
Yeah,
all.
can you imagine me and Carla and K-Dog and Rob?
Nobody will get a word in edgewise.
I know.
Wipe the tissues.
And we all get a couple of glasses of wine down our throats.
Oh, Lord.
Shut these cameras off for a little while.
It'll go south real quick.
Things are getting ready to get real interesting, yeah. But yeah, everybody needs to check that out. And like I said, I'll have the link down in the description below. The contact information to get a hold of them.
It'll be awesome.
Oh, it really will. It really will be. Well, anyhow, we'll get off of here. We've done hit the 1 hour mark. I bet you had no idea. You started off all nervous, so I don't know about this. I said, oh, it'll be okay. And here we're at an hour.
I know.
And we can probably spend.
Once my mouth got moving, it wouldn't.
Yeah, we can spend another hour talking about stuff. But anyhow, I really appreciate this. This is so cool. And now we've got Twinkies back to back.
They ain't no separating us.
That's right. That's so cool. So, anyhow, we're going to get off of here. And as always, God bless everybody. Appreciate you watching. And check her channel out. Link to her channel is going to be down below, too. So, she does live streams. What is it? Wednesdays?
But Sundays,
Sundays,
we do Yah Sundays now.
Is what now?
Yah Sundays.
Yah Sundays.
And where we just run at the mouth.
Right.
And then Wednesdays and Fridays I do.
Wednesdays, Fridays. Right. Okay. Which is tonight. Of course,
yeah.
This is going to be Monday, so see, it's Friday where we're doing this, but still.
Come see me Wednesday.
So Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. All right. Make sure to check her out. She is awesome. And the Spirit Box thing is really cool. Sometimes I get a headache, but I got to turn it down for a minute or something. But it really is cool.
But take your earbuds out.
Take your earbud. No, you got to leave them. You just put it right up there and crank it to 11. So let's go. But yeah, some interesting things happen on those streams, and y'all need to check that out. So anyhow, like I say, God bless everybody. Take care, and we'll see you next Monday. I'm not real sure. We might do a snack box thing or something. I don't know what's going to happen. Y'all just have to stay tuned.
Okay. Thank you for having me.
Oh,
peace, love, and
definitely.
hugs.
Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure. So God bless y'all. Take care, and see you next Monday. Bye.
Bye.